Hi everyone, Happy New Year everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel CyberSec Infotech Hub. Today I'm going to make videos about the explanation about the physical lab of Cisco CCNA. So for the CCNA lab, we have a packet tracer for the online lab, but it's very important to do in the physical lab. So today I'm explaining all the details, what are the requirements to make a physical lab at home. I have made my physical lab at my home. I have two PC including my laptop, and I have two routers, Cisco router. This Cisco router, which is Cisco router series 1800 series. I have one switch, one Cisco router, and so sort of cables here, different kind of cables that are requirement for the Cisco CCNA lab. And yeah, I will show you everything so one by one. It's very important to do the real old labs in the Cisco CCNA if you want to be a real network professional. We have a packet tracer also. I designed the network in here. We have packet tracer. It's very convenient as well. It's very online version. It's free, open source, so it is very useful too. But even though we are very familiar with the online lab, we might not be familiar with the physical lab. That's a physical lab is most very important. So I recommend to everyone, if you want to be a network architect, if you want to make your career in networking, cybersecurity, and whatever, the basic knowledge, the fundamental knowledge is very important. So please, if you are to be a good and you want to build your basic and fundamental base, very strong base in your career in networking, please build your home lab at home, or you can join any other lab in any other institute. I don't mind. So I will explain everything one by one. Today is I just explaining all the physical component, all the cables, all the NIC card, all the requirement of the physical labs. And then after that I will show you how to configure Cisco router, and then how to configure Cisco switch from the PuTTY is another software another network emulator, which is very powerful tools that we can do remote access to any other in all the routers on the PC in the networking field. So PuTTY is very important in the real world, and the Cisco and packet tracer is for the online lab, the lab practice in the online version. So if you are used to with the packet tracer, it's very easy to with the PuTTY. So packet tracer is very important too if you don't have access to the physical things, you can practice through the packet tracer. I will make another video about the packet tracer, how to install, how to play with the packet tracer, and how to play with the PuTTY and those things. I will make those videos separately. Today I'm just focusing on the physical component. What are the Cisco for the Cisco CCNA lab. So this is the router, Cisco 1800 series. In the front there is nothing. So let's the back. So in the back there are like console cable, fast Ethernet cable, and there are auxiliary port as well. And I inserted extra WIC to the extra card to connect the router to router. So if you don't add this card, the router to routers cannot connect each other. If you want to connect router to router each other, this card is very important to insert. Otherwise, it doesn't. So I just take it out. Just like this. It's very like a small motherboard. It's very easy. Let's just insert and please, if you just do not power on before you plug in to the power socket. Do not switch on. So always, if you want to do configure whatever you want to add something, this card in, if you want to remove, always do power off. Always do switch off. Never do anything activities when the switch is on. So this is the router, this is the separate NIC card, this is the extra 64 MB slot here. This is like this. This is the router or about 1500 series. I have a switch as well. The switch, this is a switch. This is the switch. Catalyst switch 3560 is the PoE, power of Ethernet, is 24 switch here. So we have more as well. This is the only for 24 port here. Yeah, this is from the 24 port here. This is actually for, I will tell you later. This is the console cable. If you want to connect with the router to switch, use the console port with the console cable. I will show you after that. All those, this console cable is here. Console cable. This is a console cable. I got these two console cable. So this console cable, there's RJ45 Ethernet cables connector. This is 9-port. This one. Nowadays, this connector adapter is very rare nowadays. New PC, new laptops, there's not rarely, but nowadays we need to USB connector. So I also suffering from that kind of problem in the beginning, because my PC doesn't have this port. So I bought another console cables. So I have already connected here. So I just unplug. So this is, so now there's this difference. So if you don't have this such kind of port, always I recommend you buy this. So this is USB serial cable. So now this USB serial cable I always recommend, which is compatible with the USB, with the USB laptops, whatever. If you can buy a connector adapter, you can connect with the MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, any other Mac laptops as well. I have also that adapter as well. There. Here I have the adapter like this, so you can connect your Mac laptops like this in your with the USB A adapter to USB C. So you can buy in any other retails, JBI-Fi, Office Work, Amazon, eBay, wherever. So this thing's very important nowadays, rather than this. So now what next? So yeah. So how to uh, so in the real world, so I have different kind of cables here. So so I have a lot of Ethernet cables. These are all Ethernet cables. So you can connect your in device with this. All the in device you can connect Ethernet cables. This, so please understand the cable types is very important. If you connect the wrong cable, nothing will gonna work properly. Please understand about the cables types. Those things is very important. So I have another router. So when I need to connect router to router, I need this extra slot WIC2T, this extra slot, so it allowed to connect one router to another router. So I already inserted here. This is a serial cable, so which is allowed to connect these things, so router to router. This cable is also very important if you want to configure, if you want to do your labs in two routers, multiple routers is a little bit more advanced practice. So it's obviously only one router will not be enough. I recommend you, if you want to practice the complex network, it's better to have more router, more switch, more in device. It is more, you will be, this makes more confident to all of us. So I also thinking I'm gonna buy more and more things. So more WLC, wireless LAN controller, and access point, those things. So I will make the complete lab, so I can learn a lot of things. So it is very practical learning and procedure rather than just physical. In the beginning days, I go with a lot of like volume 1, volume 2, a lot of these notebooks. Yeah, it's very horrible if you lost somewhere. So if you do practical, one by one, so you will learn very clearly and properly, so it will be saved in your long-term memory. So if it's long-term memory, you will never ever forget. So this is very important and beneficial to everyone. Yeah, look, these are all my CCNA books. I read all of those. Yep. So now I'm going to how this is my fiber cable. This is my fiber cable. So this fiber cable, look, these are the connectors like this. So how to connect this one to switch and router, those things. fiber cables. Console cable. So in a switch, sit down. In a switch, we have like this too. These are for the fiber cable. So for this we have a separate adapter for those. Where are they? I got here. So these are the separate connector. These are things like those. These are the in. So we need to insert those things in here like this. Like this. Like this. Another way. That's it. So we can connect optical fiber cable from the network provider in the real world, right? You don't need to in the packet tracer, because in the packet tracer there is just already automatic. So you will insert in here like this, like this, like this. Let's connect, so we can connect with the internet service provider and those things. So it will be provide ISP. These are very important. Yeah. So like this. This is the optical fiber cable. This is very sensitive. There's two cables, so it is very sensitive. It's glass, so please be careful. Very expensive as well. So what you will need. So I will recap again. You will need one switch. You can buy any port, like 8 port, other port, but I recommend at least 24 port, because you need to practice a lot of in device. You need to practice trace out, ping is, so one device to another device is very important. So I recommend to buy this 24 PoE 24 power of Ethernet port switch, one Cisco switch, always Cisco brand, Cisco switch, and another, this is Cisco router 1800 series. So let's buy 1800 series, and we have a USB port. We make sure with the USB port it's very easy. It's not compulsory, but it is easy to connect it. Sometimes the cables might not be correctly all the times, so we can insert to the USB. Yeah. So like at the beginning, you need one Cisco switch and two Cisco router, 1800 series. Yeah. So you can and like two console cable. These two cables. I recommend you can buy those things as well, but I recommend where are those things. Yeah, if you have like this port in your own device, is this fine, but you need to buy this with the USB-C serial cables. These things. So you can buy two, either three, up to you. So another, we have And if you want to configure router and to router each other, if you like, if you want to Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, yeah, so there's a corporate network, there's a 3 router, so you can configure 3 router. If you can practice 3 route, you can practice on 3 router if you want to configure and administer multiple networks in one organization from multiple location. So you can start with the 2 location, so with the 2 routers. So you need this cable, this one, serial cable, and 2 of those, 2 WIC 2T card. This is very important, yeah. So this is just need to connect like this in here. I'll show you here like this and like this, like this, connect like this. Let's connect here like this, and we'll connect this one in here. So in the next videos I will make like this, you can connect, so you can configure. In the next videos I will make the videos and about the real how to configure in our from the PC in PuTTY. So all you need to know all the command how to configure switch and router. I will make another videos, and so these are all the physical component you need to understand about the physical lab. So you need about the physical lab and all those things. So hope you guys you stay safe, stay healthy, always keep learning and keep smiling and keep going. Thank you very much. Bye.